Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Bienvenidos a The Council. Hoy tenemos el decimocuarto episodio de esta serie y finalmente, después de tanto tiempo, vamos a hablar con nuestra madre y mucha atención a lo que tiene para contarnos. Les recuerdo que todos los videos son extraídos de mis directos en Twitch, así que les dejo el link en la descripción por si quieren pasar por ahí, donde hago streams todos los días. No los entretengo más, amigos. The Council. Reúnete con tu madre en la cripta del Garden. Mira, allá abajo está mamá. ¡Mamá! O sea que me tengo que ir a la Damier. Habíamos entrado por el balcón. ¡Ay! What? ¿Qué? Ah, no, lo picado que se está poniendo la casa esta. ¿Quién es? Bombolner. Bombolner es. Pero what the fuck? ¿Qué pasó que se pudrió todo de repente? Pero no me imaginé que iba a haber... ¿Cómo van a pensar que somos nosotros? ¿Nos agarran saliendo ahora? Sí.
Good God! They're all here. They must have heard the gunshot.
Where is Lord Mortimer?
Can anyone hear anything through the door?
¿Qué hago? ¿Me mondo o me hago el boludo? Por eso, me conviene irme a la mierda, ¿no? Pues si no, capaz que... Mandate.
Did you hear that? I was not dreaming,
No me
was I?
pareció una buena
Certainly
idea.
not, Duke Godoy.
What's going on?
Someone had the bang coming from the Duchess's room, and she isn't answering.
Gentlemen, go back to your rooms. Go back to your rooms. I shall find out from Lord Mortimer what this is all about. Thank you.
My instructions are clear, sir. No one is to enter.
Madre mía. Todo raro igual, ¿no? Ya fue, nos vamos con la mamá. La mamá. Pero what the fuck. Che, loco, primera vez, va, ahora ya veo que voy, también está la madre, qué sé yo, ya en esta casa, en un... Ya no sé qué puede pasar en esta casa. ¿Qué no pasa en esta casa? Pero... ¿Podremos hablar por primera vez con la madre? Después de tanta espera, tanto camino recorrido. Estamos a metros, a nada, a tan solo centímetros de producir el más esperado reencuentro. El reencuentro con la mamá. Y la charla con la mamá. Después de... Opa. Uno viene haciendo toda esa presentación y se traba ahí como un pelotudo. Era por acá. Sí. Señores y señores... Epa. Elixir dorado. Me sirve. Ladies and gentlemen. Llegás y está muerta. A pasitos de un momento histórico. En vivo aquí en twitch.tv. Soy Maguito. The Council. A hablar con la mamá. No, ¿qué pasó? No se ha pasado nada. Mami. Tengo miedo. ¡Está ahí! ¡La mamá! ¡Mamá!
Louis, at last there you are.
No me la conté. ¡Epa!
Mother, wait,
¿Qué pasó?
Come, we have to be quick.
No, wait, Mother,
Time is running out, Louis. First, we must...
No! That's enough. I won't go a step further unless you explain to me what is going on here. I'm begging you. Talk to me.
You must
Atentos,
trust me, my son. You are not ready yet.
You're the one who should trust me. Tell me what's happening.
Me gusta.
You would never believe me.
I came all
A
the
ver.
way here for you.
Deleítame,
Now I
reina.
found you. I'm ready, Mother.
If only... Louis, I have always taught you to keep your mind open
and logical.
I know you are going to find it hard to believe, but what I am going to reveal to you
What?
is entirely true. Many years ago, I found out that demons really do live among us,
I beg your pardon?
¿Qué?
and that they can influence our thoughts.
Mother, listen to yourself. I know you're
Está
exhausted,
de
but
pepa,
for
¿no?
crying out loud, listen to what you're saying. Demons? What next? An ancient monster with a head like an octopus? What do your demons look like? Have they got horns?
Va,
and
para
a
que la
pointed
relajaba
tail?
tanto.
No, these are not creatures with billy goat's legs. Forget your Christian folklore. Imagine them more as parasitic spirits. They possess their hosts and direct them from inside.
Parasitic spirits?
Yes, they are capable of going from one body to another as they see fit.
Está de
And
pepa,
two
¿no?
of them are present on this island.
¿Qué?
Right. So let me guess.
Si tengo que adivinar. Hay dos demonios que se apoderan de la gente. O sea, la lógica. El hombre. El hombre del saco y Papá Noel. La retroleaba. A ver, la lógica me indica Mortimer y Holmes. O sea, son los dos como... Sería también como lo obvio del juego. Pero... Washington y Bonaparte, Wolner y Godoy.
Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory, right?
You felt it too?
No. Maybe
No,
if
ni
Holmes
idea.
does look the part. But I don't know who else could do it,
Claro.
given that we're on their territory.
Many years ago, well before you were born, I crossed paths with one of them. Since then, I've spent my life trying to find it again. When we recovered the Alizif, I was persuaded that Von Burchard was working for this demon in one way or another. But I thought he would hand the book to a middleman during this conference. That's where I made an error that could well turn out to be fatal. The one who Burchard was meant to give the book to was none other than the demon in person, Mortimer. Not to mention that Holmes had sent Bolner to get it for him.
Holmes and Mortimer are demons?
They both seem to disagree about many things, but I'll admit I never knew exactly why. There are many of them, Louis, not just those two.
What
Mother,
the
have you any
fuck?
proof to support any of
¿Qué
this?
es esto?
Of course, but you do too. You had everything laid out in front of you.
A ver,
Didn't you
yo ya dije
notice
todas
anything?
mis opiniones. Yo dije todas mis opiniones. El estudio, que hay documentos de hace 600 años firmado por Mortimer. Ya dije que no entiendo cómo nadie sabe quién es Mortimer. Bueno, ahí está. La escritura propia son genealógico, de hecho nadie conoce, eso es todo, creo, estudio secreto. Todas. ¿Me explico? O sea, son todas opciones.
Well, those property deeds across the world, all signed
Lo hemos
by the
ido
same
hablando,
hand
pero no sabía que era
in
un
over several
demonio.
centuries.
I am proud of you, Louis.
I found your notes written in lemon juice.
Where all eyes size you up.
Pero
At
qué es-
one stage, I was so afraid of losing my mind that I noted everything down. Congratulations, Louis. Wait, please tell me you didn't open Pandora's box.
The urn? Yes, I did. Why?
Too bad. We'll deal with it later.
I went beyond the nightmare, Mother.
You understood the
La
Masonic
fecha.
date.
Está bien, todas las pistas que se nos
1191.
dejó.
Of course! It was during that siege that the demon took possession of Sir Mortimer.
Pero
They
es
spent
verdad,
a whole
no puede
night
ser.
in conversation until the early hours of the morning. Mortimer
Yo no pensé que el
had
juego tenía
passed
algo
the test.
tipo ficción.
He had
O
charmed
sea,
the demon,
ciencia
and
ficción.
so it chose him to be its host for centuries to come. But tell me, did you find his secret study?
I did indeed.
Did you see his maps of the world?
He has contacts the world over.
Yes, I've been developing the Golden Order across the world for many years, and I've never seen anyone with such influence. It's simply inhuman.
En eso estoy de acuerdo, pero no pensé que el juego podía tener algo. Quizá esté loca, puede ser, no
You mean
sé.
the conference?
How can you explain that someone manages to bring together so many important figures
Eso lo hemos
without
charlado.
anyone knowing?
And without any security or personnel.
Posta, no me he dado cuenta. Puede ser que esté loca también, ojo, no vamos a subir ya al barco. Otra cosa que yo les dije es que me sorprendía. ¿Se acuerdan que en un momento Washington, cuando nos encontró acá abajo, ¿sí? Primero, a Washington no le sorprendía estar en una cripta con un fiambre, ¿sí? Y segundo, ¿se acuerdan que él me decía apoyá a Mortimer? Y después en la conferencia, Washington se entera del plan de Mortimer ahí. No puede ser, ahora que estoy escuchando los posibles delirios que dice nuestra madre, que en ese momento haya sido Mortimer en el cuerpo de Washington, no sé. Porque Washington no le llama la atención que había un fiambre, sabía llegar acá abajo y después me dice que... Pero no sé.
I came across his family tree in his study
An only son.
since the Third Crusade.
The fall of St. John of Acre, Louis. The fall of St. John of Acre.
I must admit, I found it
Ay, son
difficult to
cuestiones-
understand how and why Mortimer didn't have a place in history.
On the continent, Mortimer and Home are mere dandies who organize society balls. History forgets them with a disconcerting facility. No one speaks about them, and yet they whisper in the ears of kings and presidents.
What the fuck. Estoy
Louis,
golpeado.
I am proud of you.
Gracias,
You
bebé.
came all this way. You found me. You
Gracias.
have surpassed me.
Gracias, Maguito.
You taught me everything I know. Right. How did it all begin?
I saw him.
Bueno,
What do you mean you saw him?
se enojó.
I was 20 years old. I was young and carefree. I traveled the world in search of adventure. In the Persian Gulf, we came across an ancient grimoire that became unlocked. Composed of 7 parts, each one was a book in itself,
What the
set in a
fuck?
sort of metal armor that structured the whole thing. When all the volumes were brought together, they formed a single book.
Okay.
On my return to Paris, I set to studying these pages. I spent all my days and nights studying them.
Oh, I can imagine you doing that.
But the writing was in a language I had never seen before, developed well before Sumerian, in my opinion. So I got the idea to form a small occult circle composed of all the major names in the occult world to see if anyone else could crack it.
And you found no one.
And I found someone, Louis. I found him. Or rather, he found me.
Mortimer.
He was young, charismatic. He was flamboyant.
Mortimer. Ahora cuando te mata, mirá, no me sorprendería, me está volando la cresta el juego este. Si la vieja ahora saca saca un chumbo, me pone entre la bala entre las dos cejas, lo veo viable, porque el capítulo este me dejó del orto. O sea, de repente ahora hay ciencia ficción en el juego, hay demonios, no entiendo nada. Entiendo que
You mean
Mortimer.
He was a veritable mine of knowledge.
What the
I showed him the
fuck?
book, and he was able to
Claro.
decipher a few passages. We spent several months together studying the pages.
Dejar que continúe. Vamos a preguntarle qué edad tenía.
He was already old in those days, wasn't he? So you recognized him when you arrived on the island, right?
No, he wasn't in that body. But I know it was him. I swear it was him. The way he spoke, his posture, a few
What
of his
the
intonations,
fuck?
his mannerisms.
O sea
Wait
que
a
la
minute. You
persona...
were talking about 60 years ago. I've lost the thread.
Sí,
Yes, sorry. He helped me understand certain passages until I realized that he only translated a few parts for me.
era lo que
But I
le
had
convenía.
aroused his interest. It was too late.
How so?
I mean to say he manipulated
Claro.
me. He used me,
What
and
the
in the end, he stole the book with all its
¿Qué
secrets.
es esto?
Did he ever
No lo
go
puedo
to your
creer.
place?
Not once. At least I don't think so. But before disappearing, he proposed a pact between us. He proposed that I follow him and let him teach me, allow him to bring me up.
Por favor, que se hace negado, ¿no?
And you refused, of course.
Why, naturally, Louis.
Oh.
You don't make
Ya lo
deals
único,
with
ya
the
lo único
devil.
que faltaba.
After that, I spent my whole life looking for him. 3 years later, in Berlin, I just missed him. In London, I lost 6 members of the order in a chase. In 1741, in Tunisia, I found a sect of fanatics who had crossed paths with him once. 1741, in Poland.
Claro,
1749,
sí, es
in
imposible.
India.
8 years ago in Venice.
We agreed never to speak about what happened in Venice, Louis.
Epa. Vamos a
You
correr, vamos a
agreed.
correr.
And that was before you spoke to me about demons.
Uy, no sé los...
Wait. The baby
cagué?
we delivered, you and me, that night in Venice, did he have anything to do with Lord Mortimer?
The child was his son.
What
He
the...
stole his son? Are you insane? I always thought we took him to save him.
That was the case. It was precisely to save him from his father.
Need I remind you the mother died during childbirth?
What the
What
fuck?
became of the child?
Later. For the moment,
O sea
that
que hay un
is
hijo
not
vivo
the
de
key
Mortimer en
issue
algún
here.
lado.
Once we
Madre
found
mía.
the Alazif in Paris, I followed von Borchart's trail here. I didn't think it would lead me straight to the demon. It was careless of me. He toyed with me for a few days, until I caught on, until I saw him as he was. But he had no intention of letting me leave. We are all his pawns, Louis, and if we don't want to spend the rest of our lives turning round in circles here, we must absolutely get off this island. All right, can we move on?
Wait a minute. One last thing.
No, estoy bárbaro. Bueno, yo prefiero preguntar todo, ¿eh? Acá o termino de enloquecer o me saco toda la duda.
What did you negotiate about the Alazif with Volner?
Absolutely nothing. I managed to pull the wool over his eyes until I found a way to flee.
Ok.
What was going on with the cannons in Tuscany?
It was nothing.
Ah. Estamos hablando de una guerra, ¿no? Como para...
Since when does the Order finance
Vamos a pincharla a la
wars?
vieja.
The cannons for that Bonaparte fellow? Listen. Once in the lion's den, I did whatever I could to appear legitimate. So yes, I pretended to
Está
be
bien,
interested in Mortimer's
entiendo.
project about a
Se
young
se
military
hacía la...
man
Está bien,
who
sí,
was
está bien.
seeking funding for a foundry in Tuscany. Between you and me, if buying China would have enabled me to escape,
Está bien, está
I
bien.
would have signed
Igual-
without hesitation.
No sé, no entiendo nada. Para mí que Matute. Mortimer es otra marioneta de Holm. Que es, de hecho, capaz que lo dotan en la misma, no sé.
I want to know what happened between you and Emily's sister.
Great
tenemos que
responsibility
pinchar.
often brings difficult choices, Louis. That's all you need to know.
Pará. A la carga.
Mother, I won't take a step further if you don't answer me.
You dare blackmail me?
I'm listening.
All right, I used her. So there you are. Happy now? We had the
Está
Al-Azif,
bien.
and I didn't think we would be able to escape with it. In order to ensure that the book did not fall into their hands, or that one of them couldn't read in us
Okay,
where
okay.
we had hidden it.
Está bien, o sea,
I
estaba
asked
haciendo todo lo
Emily to
posible
use
para...
Emma.
Yes, or rather for me, it was Emily. So I asked Emma to hide it without anyone seeing. And then I disposed of her. I am sorry for her, but she was part of the Golden Order, Louis. She knew the rules when she joined.
Es demasiado esto, ¿eh? Ojo acá, ¿eh? Ojo con Elizabeth.
I want to know what happened with Elizabeth Adams.
Louis, we haven't time for those details.
No.
I'm sorry, Mother, but I want to know.
¿La habrá matado?
She
¿Nos
was
dirá?
one of the receptacles for these monsters. I met her parents when she was born. One of the demons got
What the
inside her.
fuck?
The demon used her to spy on her father, John Adams. He is one of the founding fathers and vice president of the United States, you know.
Mortimer possessed her?
No, I don't think it was Mortimer. Her father, John Adams, hired me to tend to her, but the evil in her was too deep.
Madre
In
mía.
spite of the various treatments I tried on her, I never succeeded in getting it out of her. It's not something I'm proud of, Louis, but I had to try
What the
everything.
fuck? ¿Qué le preguntamos? Vamos a ser educados porque es la mamá, ¿eh?
Do you know who killed her?
Absolutely not.
¿Usted dice que se hizo la boluda o no? Sí, Elizabeth decía estas cosas. Por lo menos la madre no me lo ocultó eso. Pero Elizabeth sí nos decía todo esto. A ver. Voy a seguir. Acá hay que preguntar todo.
On the evening of my arrival, Cardinal Piaggi came looking for you. He was
La carta.
determined to give you a letter.
More of his lists. Louis, I think I know what's in that letter, and I beseech you to believe that it is the least of our worries. We can sort that out later.
Mira, amigo, yo también creo que fue ella. Ahora, teniendo en cuenta que ahora hablan de que de que hay gente que está poseída. ¿Te imaginas que ahora no sé?
Samuel Ritter du Choix, you wanted to send me a letter about Godoy.
I wanted you to run a check on Duke Manuel. But frankly, it doesn't really matter anymore now. Godoy is
really
just
matter.
a pawn like the others. He is not the one I was looking for.
Para mí ella está poseída. Opa, vos no había tenido esa lectura. Puede ser. Puede decir que sea en este momento.
You know, I found your package under a wharf plank.
Thanks for not touching it.
Tuve
Are you
pillo.
going to tell me what happened to your hand?
Sí, todo
Better
esto.
than that, I shall show you.
What? Para mí intenta convencerte. Bueno, pero si ella está poseída, quiere decir que los demonios existen. Pues te dice que todos son malos menos ella. A ver.
Good. I think that's about right. We shall speak about it once we get back to France.
Great actions for humanity have been decided by demons for centuries, Louis. They are playing with our destiny. We are their slaves. And it's time for it to stop. By the way, what was Mortimer's project at this conference?
He demands that the Spanish hand over Louisiana to France.
Sí.
Oh, knowing him, it won't stop there. We should do our utmost to put a stop to Mortimer's plans.
Okay.
But for the time being, there are more pressing matters.
What the fuck? ¿Qué fue esta charla, por Dios? ¿Qué fue esta charla?
Are you going to tell me why we're here?
What the fuck? ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué? No.
There. That's why we are here.
Ya sé dónde perdió la mano. What the fuck? No me digas que termina acá. Amigo, what the fuck? ¿Qué fue este capítulo, amigo?
Going to have to find a way to open it.
Why, of course. And what's
Sí,
inside?
tranquila.
Something to vanquish them with?
Perfect. So, how does it open?
We'll need several keys.
What
I
the
found a
fuck?
note from the architect who conceived the mechanism in Mortimer's secret study. We have to first gather 6 objects before we try
Dijo
anything.
6 y
Are
dice
your 6
5.
objects the keys?
Exactly. We have the Clement III cross, the nails, the Gutenberg Bible, the exegesis of Judas, an armillary sphere, and all we need to match up the dates between the different calendars.
What the fuck? Amigo, qué quilombo, por Dios. O sea, son como objetos que son llaves.
Exegesis.
What the fuck?
Anything else?
Did you manage to vanquish the Medusa?
Sí.
Open the chimney? Yes, absolutely.
So you've already come across it. It's the Bible of Judas that
Okay,
is
o sea,
exposed
está en
in
la...
the secret
Okay.
room behind the
Encima hay que
chimney.
acordarse dónde
Why do they
está.
call it an exegesis?
Because that's what it is, and not an apocryphal Bible, strictly speaking. It's the study of a text with a summary, not an actual Bible. Anyway, well done for the Gorgon.
Gracias.
You did well. You didn't get tricked by the light bouncing back.
Thanks. Do you think I can take it safely?
We haven't got a choice, Louis. Without it, we won't be able to work out this cursed mechanism.
Ok, madre mía. Una cruz.
Why a cross?
Well, I haven't the foggiest idea, but it just so happens that's what you are going to use to activate the mechanism. I found the one Mortimer kept. It belonged to Cardinal Guibert, better known by the name of Pope Clement III.
Ok.
Perfect.
¿Dónde?
Where is it?
Unfortunately, I've lost it.
Ah.
When I lost my hand, I went dashing out, and it must have fallen from my pocket.
Ah, se le... Que hago un esfuerzo por recordar porque me sale gratis.
Remember, Mother. I'm certain you can remember.
Let me think.
You were running.
I was bleeding to death.
You remember the pain.
I thought I was going to faint. Yes, I remember. I don't think it can be far, can it?
Entonces está por
Would you have
acá.
lost it outside?
No, I don't think so. It must be in the area.
Bueno, listo.
I don't remember going up with it.
Perfect.
Muy cuidadosa. Bueno, perdió una mano, ¿no? Bueno, igual está por acá. Después la buscamos. O sea, me parece priorizar lo otro primero.
Don't ask me. I'm not the one who made the mechanism, you know. When I arrived, there were already a few of them inserted.
Ya sé dónde
so I
están
didn't
los
have to worry
clavos
about
en
those.
el...
On the other hand,
Con
I
razón
remember
me aparecían
seeing
tres
some in
puntitos
Mortimer's secret
en el,
study,
viste, en el
the
estudio de
Hunt's
Mortimer.
Nightmare.
Ya sé dónde está. Sé
In a
dónde están
golden
esos
cup?
clavos.
Yes.
¿Viste?
Yes, I saw them too.
Ay, su
Perfect.
Maguito.
It will be easy for you to find them then.
Sí, me acuerdo
You
dónde
need
están esos
3
clavos.
of them.
Very well.
Con razón me
Remember
aparecían
what to
3
do about the
puntos.
rollers. 1191 to
6, 4,
enter,
6, 6.
and 6466 to exit.
Of course.
Vamos a
There's
ir
one in the
preguntando.
portrait gallery.
Yes, but it's enormous. If you don't want to have to go back and forth several times, then I suggest you get a smaller one.
Una
What did
pequeña
you do then?
intranspontable.
I didn't think I'd need one. I started without one, and I lost my hand before I did need one. And you can see the result.
There's one in the
Uf,
portrait
cuánta
gallery.
data, hermano.
That's right.
You still believe it's in the tower room, don't you?
I don't know. There is only one way to find out, though.
Ok.
Right.
Okay.
I shall go and see. What do you mean by
Madre
the
mía.
concordance of dates exactly?
Don't worry about that. We already have them. They are
Madre.
written on the back of the message I just gave you.
Ah, ok. Ahora supongo lo podré ver. Ok.
One last thing before you
Uf,
go.
otra más.
Be very careful. If you come across anyone, they can all potentially be spies of Mortimer or Holm. Don't ever confide in anyone because a demon can slip inside them at any moment.
Ay, what the
Wait.
fuck. O
not
sea,
all of them,
ahora...
though. Take Washington.
Especially Washington. He's been conditioned by Mortimer for years. Look at them for crying out loud.
Oh,
How do you
Dios.
explain their behavior otherwise? The most influential politicians in the Western world gather together without the least protection, without a single aid to assist them, to participate in a conference during which the
No lo puedo
guests
creer.
start dropping like flies. Me, Adams, Peru, Hillsborough. Look at the number of calamities that have happened over the past few days. And not one of them has asked to leave the island? Do you find that normal? You'll see. Go up to the manor to look for the keys, and I wager not one of them will speak to you about my being in Emily's room.
Do you think so?
Go on, you'll see. And come back with all the objects in one go.
What the
Time is
fuck.
against us. And remember, the code to get out of the secret office is 6646.
Pará, dijo 6646. Pero decía 6466. Pero en el diálogo dijo 6646. What? Acá era uno de lingüística. Y después de los que me quedan, los que tengamos más bajo. Protocolo seguro. Y lógica o inquisición. Podría ser lógica, que es el que está más bajo. Amigo, what the... Ok. Pulsa para consultar las notas. ¡Madre mía! Ok, y las notas, bueno, eso será más adelante. Bueno, la cruz evidentemente está acá. Bueno, acá hay cosas, pero bueno, no vale la pena lootear acá. O sea, me voy a ir a la pista. Bueno, una jalea. Bueno. Lo importante va a ser primero buscar el resto de las cosas. Si total, si la Cruz ataca adentro. Acá tenemos la de... Esto es, entiendo lo que quiere. O sea, tipo esto.
Right. It's definitely an armillary sphere, but
O sea, necesito una de
I have to
esas,
find
pero
one that I can
chiquitita.
take with me.
¿De dónde?
Otherwise, I risk drawing too much attention to my comings and goings.
Sí, obvio, sí. Llevar esto va a estar medio
I
complicado,
can
mi
find a
rey.
smaller one.
Pero de una chiquita, ¿qué es eso? Donde garcha hay. Acá había que buscar algo. En la de Medusa, ¿no? Claro, habitación secreta. El exaje.
Right. Let's see if the statues are in place yet.
¿Las cambiaron? Del escudo. La espadita está bien. Ese ahí. O sea que este había que girarlo. ¿A
That
quién era?
statue is not positioned correctly.
Al del escudo. Pará. Epa.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
No tengo para llevar más. Esto debería ser... Al del escudo era, ¿no?
That statue is not positioned correctly.
Sería girar la estatua al del escudo. Ahí está.
Open sesame.
Y acá necesitamos... El exégesis de Judas. Está acá. Pido mil.
So that's the exegesis of Judas. I hope Mortimer doesn't read it very often. Otherwise he's going to notice that someone's stolen it. But that's just too bad. I need it.
Bueno. Listo, tenemos el exégesis de Judas, lo tenemos. ¿Estamos de acuerdo? A ver. La cruz sabemos dónde está. Los clavos sé dónde están. Y la Biblia sí. La esfera armilar. Que es como esta huevada. Pero más chiquita. ¿Qué sé yo, muchacho? ¿Para que no? ¡Epa! Godoy. Igual tengo miedo de hablar con la gente ahora.
Ah, Duriche. Congratulations for your efforts with Washington. I see that Sir Gregory did well to trust you. What can I do for you?
I'm dreaming. My mother was right. He's not going to tell me one word about what happened to Emily.
To tell you the truth, I'm in search of an armillary sphere.
Ah,
You wouldn't know where I can find it, would you?
Well. So you do have a passion for us.
ahí está, astronomía.
Von Wollner has already bored me quite
Ok,
enough with all of
al
his
cuarto de
endless
Von Wollner,
stories.
entonces.
You ought to concentrate, Louis. Politics is an art that requires all one's attention. Refrain from spreading yourself too thin and leave stargazing to the poets.
What can I say? I'm only...
Ask Wollner. I am sure he must have it among his
Okay.
effects.
Perfect.
Thank you, my lord.
Gracias, Rey.
Leave me now.
See you later.
Bueno. Pone picante la gente acá. Entonces, al cuarto de Von Wollner. Nice, porque es la única que no... Es la única que no sabía dónde estaba. Ah, mirá, ahí está la hija de pu... Mirá vos. Vamos a aprovechar a ver si hay algo. Estimo que no.
An armillary sphere.
We got it, bitch.
That will save me some time. I only hope that he isn't going to realize it right away.
Bueno, tenemos dos, muchachos. Nos toca ahora cualquiera, ¿no? Pero acá cerca teníamos la... A ver, tenemos la esfera está... O sea, las dos de abajo están. Nos faltaría la Biblia los clavos que sé dónde están, la cruz, la Biblia, la habitación de la torre. La entrada de la habitación de la torre estaba por acá. Ahí. Epa. Ah, no. Pensé que brillaba algo.
Ah, Louis.
Opa.
Glad you're here.
Blasted. He's gonna talk about my mother.
Opa.
Come and see what I've found. There are pieces of paper in the ashes of the chimney. Someone's been burning something here.
Incredible. He doesn't seem to want to speak
Sí,
to me
tampoco
about what
sabe
happened
nada.
between
Godoy
Mother
tampoco.
and the Hillsborough sisters.
Show me a little.
Look, it's possible to distinguish two different writing styles.
Ok.
The rest of the correspondence
encontró
between Mother
carta.
and Emma.
Someone tried to burn an exchange of messages. I'm certain. There must be more.
No, no tengo ni idea.
Shit. What on earth is he doing?
Distraer, manipular. Claramente no le voy a decir. O sea, eso está más que... Hijo de puta.
If you want my opinion, a servant must have burnt some old
No me la
papers.
contés.
Why, of course. You very nearly
Concha de
made
tu
me
madre.
think that you were trying to hide something, Louis. No, I'm sure there must be other hidden messages.
He won't let go. He's going to work his way back to the Bible if he continues.
Pero ¿y ahora? Ajá. Ah, es la que usamos. La Biblia de mierda esta. El capítulo más, el puzzle más difícil de la historia de la humanidad. Bueno, la música de tensión. Bueno, nos faltan los clavos, que ya sabemos dónde están. O sea, tenemos que ir al estudio de Mortimer. Y para ir al estudio de Mortimer era por las escaleras estas. Ah, todo a mano me sirve. Era 1191, ¿no? 1 1 9 1. Por eso te digo, aparte las series son capitulitos de media hora, 40 minutos, como para de chill ahí mientras la ves. Los clavos están ahí, me lo acuerdo. Ahí están los clavos. Pero... Epa. Decime que llegamos. ¡Sí, señor! Estas páginas son God. Uno en manipulación, uno en psicología y uno en política. ¡Y rey! Son God, amigo.
There. Those are the nails I was looking for.
Bueno, tenemos los clavicos. Analizar los clavos. A la chucha.
I noticed they were old and rusty, but I hadn't noticed these traces of... Could that be blood? Is it really the relic of the Holy Cross? I can hardly believe it.
Bah. Amigo, ¿te imagináis? ¿Será posta? No sé, teniendo en cuenta el vuelco que metió el juego este ahora. ¿La tendrá Piaggi? Una locura lo que estoy planteando. Tipo, es una cruz. Un cardenal. Hay el libro en cualquier lado. Un desastre la casa. El cardenale Piaggi.
Ah, Louis.
Opa.
Come in. Your timing is impeccable.
Ah, bueno.
I wanted to have a word with you.
Oh, here we go.
Ahí está la cruz. Al lobby. Opa. Okay.
I was wondering how you are getting on in your search for our poor Sarah.
You must have made some progress, I should think. I am terribly worried about her, you know.
Come on, get out of here, Louis. You're in a hurry.
Any news of her?
Vamos a ver si tiene alguna debilidad. Vulnerabilidad, Inquisición. Esto es Inquisición. Al lobby.
I don't know why, Your Eminence, but I get the impression you're asking a question to which you already know the answer.
Buah.
Let's say I have heard rumors, but I prefer
Al
to
lobby,
ask you the
Piazzi.
question directly.
Well, what have you heard exactly?
It would appear that your mother is implicated in the death of the Duchess's twin sister, and that as she tried to escape, apparently von Wollner heroically interposed, but after a fierce
Eso explicaría lo de von
struggle,
Wollner.
Sarah knocked him out.
My mother? And Volner? Fighting like two cats in a bag? You do recall that my mother is an old lady, Your Eminence, and yet you believe such hogwash? I'm surprised at you.
I am only telling you what people are saying, Louis.
Sí,
I
te,
never said that I believed it.
te creo
Oh,
nada.
what a story, all the same. Twins.
No le creo nada a nadie
I
ya en
was
esta casa.
always wary of the Duchess anyway. I did not appreciate the facility with which she would flaunt her
Ah, bueno.
assets. You know, Louis, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I sense you are worried and that you are not telling me everything. What exactly did you come looking for in my room?
What do you mean?
Louis, I was not born yesterday, you know. When you came in, I saw in your face a hint of disappointment at finding me here.
No.
I concluded that you were hoping you wouldn't run into me. You came here for something else.
No. You're mistaken. I was just passing by. I shall leave you, Your Eminence. I wouldn't want to take up your time.
As you wish, Louis. See you later.
See you later.
I have no time to lose, so I might as well not bother.
Bueno, la cruz la tengo. Ahora, ¿qué hacemos? ¿Vamos con la mamá? No vamos con la mamá. Tenemos todo. Había dicho que todas estas cosas juntas eran como una especie de llave, ¿se acuerdan? Ah, no, había una cruz que estaba acá. Ay, la cruz que le afanamos a... ¿What? Había una cruz acá, supuestamente. Claro, esto no lo looteé yo. Ahí está la cruz. ¿Y qué tenemos? ¿Dos cruces ahora? Link se me dio. Consigo un punto de habilidad. ¿Pero qué tenemos? ¿Dos cruces ahora? No entiendo. ¿Para qué le afané una cruz a Piaggi? Y bien amigos, hasta acá llegamos con este episodio de The Council. Bueno, poco que agregar a la charla con nuestra madre, donde nos contó que Holmes y Mortimer son demonios. Tienen la posibilidad de leer la mente de las personas, de influir en sus pensamientos. No sabemos si es verdad, me gustaría saber qué piensan ustedes, si la madre enloqueció, si es real lo que nos está contando. Así que déjenlo ahí en los comentarios. Nos pidió ayuda también para abrir esta puerta que encontramos en la cripta. Nos pidió unos objetos que ya encontramos y en el siguiente episodio vamos a intentar abrir esta puerta para ver qué hay del otro lado. Si les gustó el video, les agradecería muchísimo su like. Cualquier cosa que tengan para decir, por supuesto, pueden dejarlo en los comentarios que la voy a estar leyendo. Y no olviden suscribirse y activar la campanita para que llegue la notificación cuando suba un próximo video. Espero que lo hayan disfrutado, amigos. Muy rico todo. Sin más me despido. Cariños, Carlos.